What's up, guys? Thomas Malchow here from trainfully.com. In this video, I'm going to show you the one exercise that I think every golfer should be doing. What makes this exercise so important to golfers is that it not only increases the firing rate or activity of the glutes, which are the king of the golf swing and where we get most of our power from, but it also builds the companionship between the glutes and the deep core, which will enhance the acceleration and coordination of your pivot. And if your pivot is faster and more coordinated, that will give you more distance and accuracy. All right, so the glutes are actually two muscles. We have the gluteus maximus, which is the largest muscle in the body. It extends and externally rotates the hip. Then we have the little brother, gluteus medius. It abducts and externally rotates the hip. Now, the reason they are called the king of the golf swing is because their primary role during your swing sequence is to accelerate your pivot. And because they're part of the posterior oblique subsystem, they also rotate your body towards the target. They also stabilize your lumbar spine, SI joint, hip, and knee. So when the glutes are functioning optimally, they make your swing stronger, faster, and more coordinated while protecting you from low back pain, hip pain, and knee pain. Unfortunately, I would say between 80 and 90% of the golfers that I assess have underactive glutes, which means that their glutes are less active during their swing sequence. And as a result, the nervous system increases neural drive to the ancillary muscles. And these support muscles become overactive and they start to dominate the swing. This is called synergistic dominance. It makes your swing weaker, slower, and less coordinated. And because it increases wear and tear on your joints and connective tissue, it also increases your risk for injury. So the purpose of this exercise that I'm about to show you, and this is really important, the purpose of this exercise is not simply to exercise your glutes. The purpose of this exercise is to rewire your nervous system to create perfect recruitment patterns in the muscles around your lumbar spine, hips, and pelvis so that your swing becomes faster and more accurate. So when we do this exercise, we need to do it in a way that takes neural drive away from the overactive synergists and directs it towards the glutes. Because if we don't, we'll simply reinforce synergistic dominance and you won't get the boost in performance that we're looking for. So the overactive synergists to the glutes are the biceps femoris, the posterior fibers of adductor magnus, the piriformis, and the erector spinae. Now, the easiest way to reduce overactivity of those muscles and increase activity of the glutes is to use a 12-inch fit loop and place it above your knees. If you don't have one, I recommend that you get one. You can get them from Amazon. If you need help with that, contact me and I'll show you the brand that I prefer. It's called Sirius Steel. But if you don't have one, don't worry, I got you covered either way. I'm going to show you how to do this exercise first with the fit loop and then without. All right, so I have the band around my legs, above my knees. I'm going to roll out until the ball is pressing between my shoulder blades and my head can rest on the ball. So this is the starting position here, but I'm just going to quickly drop down. I want you to check the alignment of your hips, knees, and feet. Make sure they're all in a straight line and make sure your feet are under your knees. Okay, now pop back up to the start. Now the band is providing a frontal plane force that is pushing our knees together. That's internal rotation and adduction at the hip. So to counteract that, to keep our knees out, we have to externally rotate and abduct the hip, which takes neural drive away from the overactive synergist and directs it towards our glutes. So the band provides a really easy way for us to rewire our nervous system. Okay, now from here, what we're going to do is hands on your hips, and you're simply going to drop your hips down towards the floor. Take 4 seconds to lower yourself. Up for 1, hold at the top for 2. Now, the key here is, remember, not only are we increasing the firing rate of our glutes, but we're trying to build a companionship between our glutes and the deep core. So we have to keep our deep core activated the entire time. We do that by pulling your belly button away from your waistband. Most people, as they lower, their stomach will want to distend, they want to pop out. If it does, that's a clear indication that your core has deactivated and that we're no longer building the companionship between the core and the glutes. So you got to keep that core activated the entire time. Keep that belly button pulled away from your waistband. Another thing, as you lower your hips, I want your head to come off the ball. So your torso moves as one unit, just like this. Okay? So we're going to do 12 to 20 repetitions, belly button in, take 4 seconds to lower, 1 second up, hold for 2, keep your belly button in, and don't let your knees cave in. 12 to 20 repetitions. All right, now if you don't have a fit loop, we can do the exercise the exact same way, but to increase neural drive of the glutes and take it away from the overactive synergists, what I want you to do is abduct your hips to 30 degrees. So that's opening your hips up to 30 degrees. Okay, so everything else is the same. We're gonna walk out until the ball is pressing between your shoulder blades. Let your head rest back, drop down, take a look, open your hips to 30 degrees, but I want your feet pointing straight ahead still. Okay, so 30 degrees at the hips. Don't let your knees cave in. As you open your hips, your knees are going to want to cave in. You got to keep your knees out. Okay, just like with the fit loop, externally rotate and abduct. Start up here, pull the belly button in, take 4 seconds to lower down. Don't let the knees cave in. Up, hold for 2, down for 4, keeping that belly button away from your waistband the entire time. Remember, we're building the companionship between the glutes and the deep core. 12 to 20 repetitions. All right, guys. So the big lesson today is that the purpose of an exercise, any exercise, is not to simply strengthen or exercise a muscle, it's to create and reinforce perfect movement patterns. For every muscle that we do an activation exercise for, there will be overactive synergists that need to be inhibited. If we don't inhibit the overactive synergists, we will simply reinforce a movement impairment called synergistic dominance, which will not only decrease your performance, but also increase your risk for injury. If you're looking for a golf fitness program that shows you how to create perfect recruitment patterns so that your swing becomes faster and more accurate, you can find it over at trainfully.com. As a kinesiologist and human movement specialist, I have to peel back layers and go deeper than most. All my routines are based on complex kinesiology and advanced biomechanics. In fact, the Train Fully routines are the same routines that I use with professional golfers to enhance their performance and protect them from injury. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment down below, and as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.